I left Twitch because I think it's going to die.
Harris Heller had been streaming on Twitch for nearly 5 years straight until he suddenly switched to YouTube. He's not alone either, because other high-profile streamers like Courage, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Lupo, and more recently did the same. But if YouTube live watch hours seem to be declining, why are they choosing YouTube? And what do they know that we don't? There must be something more going on here, because YouTube doesn't seem to be the obvious choice, and the culture on YouTube Live just isn't established yet. After all, it's primarily a video-based platform, and viewers aren't yet trained to watch live streams. Over on Twitch, watch hours doubled in 2020, and the numbers are still holding up. If you were home during the pandemic and wanted to get into live streaming, either as a broadcaster or a viewer, Twitch was the first place you would think of. Having a game directory on the front page makes it an easier platform to learn, and you're able to find the best streamers right away. While YouTube's game directory is buried, Twitch makes it easier to just find a streamer and start watching. Why isn't this process easier on YouTube? Are they just refusing to work on discoverability? Consider the following. You found your new favorite creator on Twitch, but what happens when the stream is over and you want to watch more? You have to leave Twitch, usually heading straight to their YouTube channel. YouTube knows this and is investing heavily into live streaming discoverability. Projects like this just aren't being worked on at Twitch like they are at YouTube. I mean, while writing this video, Twitch announced a new feature where viewers can literally pay money to get a channel recommended to others. But how can that ever help small streamers if the biggest channels get boosted the most? Twitch has a huge discoverability problem, and right now their solution is to treat the symptoms and not the cause. This video will cover 3 strong reasons why if they don't make some major changes, Twitch really is on its deathbed. Okay, while editing this video, Twitch was compromised by an anonymous hacker who wanted to do it to, quote, foster more disruption and competition in the online video streaming space, because he thinks, quote, their community is a disgusting, toxic cesspool. Twitch has been struggling to contain ongoing hate and harassment recently, and after a few weeks of hate raids, some Twitch streamers took a day off in August to protest against the company's lack of action. Even after Twitch responded to the Do Better Twitch movement by improving chat filters, the anonymous poster used this hashtag to promote the leak. The leak in question contained 3 years worth of details regarding creator payouts on Twitch, source code from Twitch TV, source code from mobile, desktop, and video game console Twitch clients, Twitch's internal security tools, and more in a breach containing more than 125 gigabytes worth of data. It doesn't look good for Twitch, but back to the main video. You see, they may have been a first market mover, but they haven't been innovating to help streams get recommended to viewers and not the other way around. To make matters worse, management at Twitch is kind of a dumpster fire. Everyone hates the CEO, executives are leaving, moderation is terrible, and customer support is pretty much non-existent. Comparing them to how YouTube handles things makes them look even worse. Team YouTube on Twitter responds to hundreds of messages a day in 8 different languages. The CEO will often personally congratulate YouTube creators for their accomplishments, and head of YouTube Gaming Ryan Wyatt has been a paying member of Valkyrie's channel for almost 2 years, and can be seen making jokes with creators, answering community questions, and addressing their concerns on a daily basis. Concerns like this one, about YouTube's apparent lack about a decent channel directory. Ryan's response perfectly describes how their approach is radically different from Twitch. I'm not sold that the best way to do it is game page, stack ranked concurrent user streamer by highest viewed. This creates bad viewer behaviors that turn platforms into kingmakers of the biggest streamers, which then drives disproportionate amount of watch time to the head. When the only way to find a streamer you want to watch is by scrolling through the directory, nobody wants to scroll and dig all the way to the channels with no viewers at the bottom of the list. This is horrible for discovery, especially for new creators. Of all the viewers on Twitch at any given moment, the vast majority of them are watching a fraction of the streamers. If you aren't growing an audience on another more discoverable platform, it's nearly impossible to claw your way up to the top. Ryan knows this and isn't wasting any time improving the directory, but they need to be doing something for discoverability, so what is YouTube working on behind the scenes? That brings us to point number 1, machine learning. They're going to use machine learning to monitor watch habits and search interests to better recommend live streams to their over 2 billion users. This is a difficult problem to solve, but they've already done it for videos, and here's how. YouTube catalogs each word you say during a video to the best of their ability, and then uses the transcript not only for captions, but now for automatic chapters as well. If you've ever Googled something and got a video as an answer and saw that it even knows the timestamp from the video, this is why. That's not the only thing they do to better understand your video, because every thumbnail and video on YouTube is visually analyzed by Google's Cloud Vision AI and automatically labeled to the point where it knows exactly what the video contains.
They are getting so good that you could take a camera and start walking through this store, and we've done this in this video, and every label of every can will start to come back what's actually in stock in the actual grocery store, and it knows, oh, it's a can of ketchup, or a bottle of ketchup, you know, a can of beans or whatever it is, and it even says, oh, it's Dole, and it starts pulling all this information and seeing what the content really is about.
Google owns YouTube, and their ultimate goal is to show you what you want to see the most based on what they know about you. And if you want to watch a live stream, they need to get better at understanding live streams at their core. It's not enough to just know what game they're playing and what the title and description are. Google will be applying their machine learning knowledge to analyze live streams in real time. Every word is cataloged, with live visual analysis from Cloud Vision that labels the stream, all working together to create an accurate understanding of it. This is something they're actively working on right now, and Twitch isn't. As their new algorithm gets better, small creators making great live streams will be recognized by YouTube and directly recommended to those who will like it. Recommendation is incredible for discovery. We just do it different than Twitch, and I assure you that's better for creators vying to gain traction. By purposefully ignoring the directory approach in favor of something much better, they're proving to me that this isn't a refusal to work on discoverability, it's innovation. Their recommendation algorithm made just for live streams isn't their only advantage over Twitch, because both platforms have these 3 ways for a creator to monetize: ads, recurring subscriptions, and in-chat donations. But YouTube has 6 more, including the Shorts Fund, YouTube Premium Revenue, Super Thanks, Merch Shelf, Ticket Shelf, and Brand Connect. The greater potential for monetization must certainly be on the list of reasons creators like these signed contracts with YouTube. But there's something else they have in common that made acquiring them a really smart move. They frequently interact, and collabs between them are common. That brings us to point number 2. YouTube is investing where Twitch isn't. Signing on these creators was a deliberate move by YouTube to invest into their live streaming culture. What's interesting is that Twitch was handing out expensive long-term contracts left and right a few years ago, back when streamers didn't have as much incentive to leave. Now that they're not doing that anymore, what must have changed? Devin Nash, the CMO of creator talent agency Novo, thinks Amazon is cutting back Twitch's budget.
Amazon is one of the most profitable companies on earth, and also one of the highest market cap. Twitch has consistently failed to generate a profit for years, and Amazon is going to adjust their budgets accordingly. Amazon's business isn't ads. Amazon's business is product. Amazon has ad platforms, but it's a very small percentage of their business compared to Google. So they're not going to prioritize that as strongly. A budget is much easier to justify through something like YouTube, especially because YouTube has been profitable for years now. It's much easier to justify a budget through YouTube to get like, hey, we want to acquire some creators, or hey, we want to build a program for it, or hey, we want to update our UI, or hey, whatever. Any of those requests are much easier to go through, whereas it's going to be like trudging through mud for somebody like Twitch to deliver a white paper to Amazon and say, hey, we want to justify this budget. Because the way that Amazon is going to look at that is they're going to say, okay, how many Prime accounts is this going to create for us?
Amazon didn't acquire Twitch for the great community it had or the streamers that fostered it. They did it because at the time, Twitch had some of the best technology in online live streaming. That technology is now built directly into AWS as a tool called Interactive Video Service, where developers can build custom live stream experiences using the technology that Twitch created. If an uptick in Prime accounts is the only benefit that comes with investing to improve Twitch, why would Amazon make it a priority? Maybe they've gotten the return on investment for Twitch and don't see the need to grow the platform. But for Google, when YouTube Live does better, Google Ads do better. These two companies have very different business models, and because of this, Google is much more willing to invest in securing key broadcasters when Amazon isn't. Twitch not securing streamer contracts is definitely hurting them, but there's one thing that they're missing that's really going to send them to the platform graveyard. On to the next point, Twitch needs video. As of recording this, there's still no way to upload edited videos. Clips and stream highlights don't get recommended to anyone, and live stream replays are only saved for 14 days for non-partners and 60 days for partners, which is confusing because they save them on their servers for much longer. You're just not allowed to watch them. The moment you end a live stream on Twitch, your channel is completely dead in the water. Contrast that to YouTube, where hundreds or thousands of your videos can be recommended to new viewers, growing your community and earning you ad revenue all while you sleep. You see, paradoxically, the future of live streaming isn't streaming. Streaming continues to trend towards only being a supplemental activity, as diversifying your business with Discord, YouTube videos, podcasts, and so on is the only viable long-term play. It's no longer possible to grow your brand as a creator by pressing go live and hoping for the best. You need to do more than than streaming to grow your business as a creator, and YouTube videos are just one great pathway to do so. Let me be clear, I'm not ignoring the fact that there are other streaming platforms out there, but the truth is that no matter what platform you stream on, you're gonna need a place to put edited, evergreen videos that your viewers can find when you're not live. And you might say, well, saturation is better on a smaller platform, so you're more likely to be found, and think that solves discoverability, but it doesn't. Saturation isn't about the size of the platform, it's about the ratio of broadcasters to viewers. Don't stream on Trovo or DLive if you think it will be easier to get noticed, because it isn't. I'm not hating. Back in the day, I chose to stream on Mixer. I want other platforms to compete with YouTube because competition breeds more innovation, but they won't be able to if they crumble under the pressure and can't spend millions on R&D to develop a video platform with a solid recommendation system. They'll die just like Mixer did. But that's a topic for another day. Who do you think is leaving Twitch next? I think it won't be long until more old school streamers like Summit or even XQC head out the door. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks to Devin Nash for bringing a lot of this to my attention. And Harris, I love what you're building, but I think there's something crucial Senpai HQ is missing. And we live in the same city, so I'd be happy to chat if you're interested.